outside the courthouse.
Whoever's watching and listening right now can learn from this mistake. I know that I certainly have.
Sophia Hall, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM in Sag Harbor, Long Island.
Yeah, and back here in the city, that terrible story out of Crotona up in the Bronx where police say a 10-year-old girl is dead after falling from an elevated position, potentially from a roof.
There is a memorial with some candles set up outside this Southern Boulevard apartment. Detectives have been in the back garden area of the building, and they were up on fire escapes trying to figure out what happened. Police say the girl fell from an elevated position that may have been the roof of the building. Her relatives were able to get her to the hospital, but it was too late. Antoinette Talamoni lives on the first floor.
That's crazy. We have reported to the super a few times that the roof access needs to be locked. There is a door, and if you press it, an alarm goes off, but lately the alarm has not been going off.
I have not been able to reach building management for comment. Matt Rosenberg, 1010 Wins on 93 FM in Crotona.
Also tonight, there's video now on our website of the guy they're looking for who allegedly tried to rape a 13-year-old last Wednesday.
A horrifying ordeal for this teenager, the 13-year-old walking alone about 20 to 4 in the morning back on Wednesday, August 28th. It was here at 29th and 3rd when suddenly a man wearing a Scarface T-shirt, a baseball cap, and carrying some type of drink in a paper bag went on the attack trying to rape the girl before he was last seen running uptown on 3rd Avenue. And the victim, who fought off this man, she was taken to Bellevue in stable condition. So once again, head to our website, 1010wins.com, to see a picture of the suspect. Cops in the Special Victims Unit gave it to us and hope the public's tips can help make an arrest. Glenn Schuck, 1010 Wins, 92.3 FM, here in Kips Bay.
Wins News Time 426. And now Bloomberg Money Watch. Here is Andrew O'Day.
Gains of 0.5% or better for Wall Street to wrap up the week. The Dow advanced 297. NASDAQ rose 114. S&P 500 gained 30 as a growing number of traders believe the Fed may cut interest rates more than just the somewhat traditional 0.25% later this month, with many leaning back into the prediction that we may see a 0.5% rate cut. Factoring into the forecast is today's stronger than expected reading of early September consumer sentiment, with expectations for inflation moving down to their lowest in almost 4 years. Netflix, the defendant, an Indian filmmaker, has sued the company, accusing it of copying his movie for its popular Squid Game series. In a federal lawsuit filed in Manhattan today, Soham Shah says the main plot, characters, themes, mood, setting, and sequence of events of Squid Game are strikingly similar to those his 2001 Luck. Bloomberg Money Watch at 20:56 past every hour. I'm Andrew O'Day for 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
And now this message, RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together. Visit rwjbh.org. Wins News Time 427.
Find your fabulous fall fun in Indiana. Hike through trails of vibrant fall foliage. Celebrate at festivals filled with the best traditions of the season. Your fabulous fall adventure starts at inindiana.com/fall.
I'm Rick Lias, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is more than just a legal process. It's a life-changing event that can impact your future, finances, and your relationship with your children. You've worked hard to build a life that you're proud of, and you deserve a legal partner who will work just as hard to protect it.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Ohio or Kentucky attorneys. 513-823-2020. Office in Florence, Kentucky. 201 East 5th Street, Suite 1310, Cincinnati, Ohio 45202. Rick Julius. Licensed in Pennsylvania only.
What's better than watching your team win? Winning money while you do it. I'm Jim Costa, and on Cash the Ticket, Mike Valeni and I give you the edge to make every game playable. College football, NFL, we're breaking it all down game by game. Your podcast feed is going to be filled, and you're going to love it. You can click on the games you care about. We do it all. With our analysis, we're finding games that other people aren't talking about. We're turning every Saturday and every Sunday into days where you got a chance to win. Don't just sit on a site, Cash the Ticket with us. Cash the Ticket is free Odyssey app, wherever you get your podcasts.
You deserve sunglasses that can keep up with your active lifestyle. Whether on the water, hitting the trails, or soaking up the sun, Shade and Precision Eyewear provides peer protection and clarity. Life's too short to compromise on quality. Visit SeeBetterPlayBetter.com.
Tropical Smoothie Cafe here with your daily reminder to get on Tropic Time. Take 10. Sip a refreshing smoothie and manifest the Your Cabana side. Slade hot yoga, treat yourself. Crushed back-to-back meetings, get that me time. Adulted a little extra today, you deserve a vacay. You're on Tropic Time now at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. And right now, enjoy our new Bahama Mama Bowl, inspired by our fan fave smoothie flavor. Or try our new Peanut Butter Protein Crunch Bowl with 32 grams of protein.
I'm John Oran, and I have a new podcast called The Varsity. I will bring on the smartest people I know to break down the hottest topics in sports media. Available now on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
For tonight, for the most part, we'll get a patchy fog coming in late, then a low of 65 degrees, still dropping into the 50s in some suburbs. And then AccuWeather says tomorrow, the early fog will be with us when we rise, but it's kind of nice. It'll become mostly sunny, though, as the day progresses, with a high again of 82 degrees. We're at 78 degrees right now in Central Park. Good afternoon. I'm Larry Mullins. When's news time at the Tone, 4:30.
Good afternoon. I'm Lori Metten. A week after he received a visit from the feds, New York City's schools chancellor addressed that investigation today.
During a press briefing, schools chancellor David Banks was upfront acknowledging that the feds seized his personal and Department of Education phones.
Right, no, the phones have not been returned to me as of yet.
Questioned further, Banks was asked whether the FBI confirmed he was not a target of the investigation and whether, if like the police commissioner, also not a target, he would resign.
I'm not responding to either one of those questions. Thank you.
Banks says he loves his brothers, both of whom also had phones seized. He then said the briefing would focus on education-only issues. Juliette Papa, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Wins News Time 4:31. Time for expanded traffic and transit. Here's Greg Rice.
Well, the Long Island Expressway is certainly the worst way home in Queens. It's already barely moving from the BQE all the way on out towards Nassau County. In fact, it stays bad all the way to Routes 106 and 107, but it's not exactly good either anywhere else you look. It's a full house on the Grand Central eastbound from Citi Field through Kew Gardens and out to Nassau. Even the belt's bunched up first in Brooklyn from Ocean Parkway to Erskine Street, again from right off of the Van Wyck over to Francis Lewis Boulevard. It is a Friday afternoon and a busy one, and it is not easy finding an easy way home through Queens. And the inbound George, well, you're finding a lot of company. Upper level 30 to 40 minutes as they start to get rid of the upper level construction. And now police work blocks a lane, 30 to 45 on the upper, 20 or so on the inbound lower. Nothing easy out. Cross Bronx, well, you're looking at about an hour out of the Bruckner interchange. Northbound Deegan's a 30 to 40 minute ride once you're done with the bad RFK. Southbound Deegan, a 20 to 30 minute haul from the Westchester line. West Side Highway, you're in for a half hour of travel time. East side of Manhattan, FDR is a bumper-to-bumper crawl from 14th Street to the RFK, and then you'll lose another 40 minutes on the Harlem River Drive out of the 120s. Lincoln into the city right now is about an extra 15 minutes, and 30 plus, 45 to 60 minutes home at the Holland. Outbound Covered Roadway and inbound Skyway are messy. Newark Bay, far better. Traffic is sponsored by Mazda White Plains. Looking for a new car? Check out Mazda White Plains in Elmsford with great deals on over 500 vehicles in stock. They'll have one perfect for you, located right off exit 4 on the Cross Westchester or at MazdaWhitePlains.com. I'm Greg Rice, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Now the AccuWeather 4-day forecast. Here's meteorologist Brian Thompson.
Loria, it's been a lot of, we've had a lot of sunshine really all week long and really no changes coming our way as we head through the weekend, probably even through Monday as well. The sky's going to stay mainly clear tonight, as has been the case the last couple of nights. We will have some patches of fog that develop late tonight into early tomorrow. Low 65 in the city tonight, still getting down into the 50s in some suburbs, but another fantastic day tomorrow. Very similar to today. We'll have a lot of sunshine, up to about 82 degrees, not all that humid through the day either. Clear to partly cloudy tomorrow night, low 65. And again, lots of sun into Sunday, high close to 80. And Monday will stay dry as well with more sun than clouds. High temperature Monday, 78. Our next best chance for rain really doesn't arrive until the middle of next week, either very late Tuesday night or into Wednesday, the way it looks right now. And that'll depend on the track of the storm to our south. Right now in Central Park, we have a sunny sky, 79 degrees, humidity 46%, and the wind is wind is variable at 5 miles per hour. Repeated the current temperature, 79, and we're going down to 65 later tonight in Midtown. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson on New York's weather station, 1010 Winds on 92.
Find your fabulous fall fun in hike through scenic trails of vibrant fall foliage. Savor fall flavors with apple picking, pumpkin patches, and tasty treats. Celebrate at festivals filled with best traditions of the season. Your fabulous fall adventure starts at inindiana.com/fall.
Attention, Caitlin Clark fans, you're going to have a tough time finding her signature basketball.
Clark answers, and that is the first triple of the game.
40 minutes after they went on sale, Fever rookie Caitlin Clark's signature basketball from Wilson sold out. Sports Business Journal estimates the number of balls available was in the tens of thousands. Retail price between $25 and $100 each. Now they're selling on eBay for as much as $200. Clark's points and assists per contest lead all rookies this season. With 3 games remaining, Indiana has already clinched a playoff spot. Deborah Rodriguez for 1010 Wins.
When baseball in October arrives, you'll be seeing players sporting helmets with a logo that has nothing to do with their team. The ostrich logo of German apparel company Strauss will be featured on postseason helmets. Strauss will also be spelled out. It's part of a new deal reached with Major League Baseball. The general use of ads was agreed to by the Players Association in the 2022 labor contract. A new bill seeks to ban sports betting ads during games and forbid betting on college athletes. U.S. Senator Richard Blumenthal of Connecticut and fellow Democratic Representative Paul Tonko of Albany say the bill addresses the harmful effects of the rapid expansion of legal sports betting. The measure would also forbid the use of credit cards to fund online accounts. The American Gaming Association, a gambling industry group, denounced the bill, saying sportsbooks already operate under government supervision. Wins News Time 4:35. A new hearing aid feature on the new AirPods has been given the go-ahead by the FDA.
Apple says in an online video that its hearing aid feature will roll out soon on the latest generation of wireless earbuds.
We are really excited to announce that this fall, AirPods Pro will have a clinical-grade over-the-counter hearing aid feature.
It essentially turns the AirPods into hearing aids, and using a phone, Apple says people can take about 5 minutes for a hearing test, and software helps users self-fit their AirPods. FDA researchers found people with mild to moderate hearing loss who used the feature got results similar to those who got professional help.
Correspondent Steve Kathan. 79 degrees, sunny in New York. We are going down to 65 tonight. Wins News Time 4:36. Taylor's new endorsement for REITs. 1010 Wins Entertainment is next.
Forecast. Get ahead of your game with DeerCast.
Attention. I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. As a business owner in these uncertain economic times, you struggle to guard your life's work against unexpected challenges. But can it withstand the sudden disruption of a divorce? When your hard-earned work is at risk, count on our experience and advocacy in handling these matters at Cordell & Cordell.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Ohio or Kentucky attorneys. 513-823-2020. Office in Florence, Kentucky. 201 East 5th Street, Suite 1310, Cincinnati, Ohio 45202. Rick Julius. Licensed in Pennsylvania only.
Fantasy freaks and geeks, what's up? James Coe here from the Sleeper King Football Podcast. Are you going to let AI dictate who you should be starting every week? No, because you've got a brain and ears. So listen to my podcast, Make Smarter Decisions. It's a short-form show dedicated to sleepers with every show 20 minutes or less. Every fantasy league has a Sleeper King. It should be you. Follow Sleeper King Football in the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Max $10 per ride. New riders
Tropical
only.
Smoothie Cafe here with your daily reminder to get on today. Take 10. Sip a refreshing smoothie and manifest that you're Cabana side. Slade Hot Yoga, treat yourself. Crushed back-to-back meetings, get that me time. Adulted a little extra today, you deserve a vacay. You're on Tropic Time now at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. And right now, enjoy our new Bahama Mama Bowl, inspired by our fan fave smoothie flavor. Or try our new Peanut Butter Protein Crunch Bowl with 32 grams of protein.
38 now. 1010 Wins Entertainment.
I can deal with a broken heart.
She can do it with a Dombresky remix.
Recomiendo este tapete que pueden seguir gratis del demo. Cuenta con una tecnología de protección para que no se manche porque se dará más líquido sobre él.
DJ and producer.
Con aerosol es perfecto para amortiguar golpes. Es una excelente tortilla suave y resistente. Además, mejor que otra masiva porque no tiene guisante. Aprovecha y consíguete el demo.
Solo nuevos usuarios en la app con compras válidas.
First you gotta do the truffle shuffle. Come on!
Original cast member Martha Plimpton says there is no such movie in the pipeline. No script, no one is attached, and no, Steven Spielberg is not involved.
Entertainment on 1010 Wins is sponsored by Shulman & Hill, New York's injury lawyers.
Go to hurtny.com.
That's hurtny.com.
I'm terrified of needles. Seriously, I can't handle them at all. Since my daughter has diabetes, if she has a low blood sugar emergency, I can give her Baqsimi, the only nasal spray that treats very low blood sugar. Baqsimi is easy to use, and even better, no needles.
Baqsimi is for people with diabetes ages 4 years and above. Baqsimi treats very low blood sugar. Do not use if you're allergic to Baqsimi, or if you have a tumor in your adrenal gland, as it can cause high blood pressure, or in your pancreas, as it can cause low blood sugar. Symptoms of an allergic reaction include rash, difficulty breathing, or low blood pressure. Get medical help right away if you have a serious allergic reaction. Common side effects are nausea, vomiting, headache, discomfort in your nose, eyes, or throat. Discomfort may include red, itchy, or watery eyes, itchy throat, runny, itchy, or stuffy nose. Baqsimi is available by prescription only. For more information, call 1-800-423-4136.
Ask your doctor about needle-free Baqsimi today.
3FM, powered by 1010 Wins.
The Newswatch never stops. This is 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good afternoon, 79 degrees at 4:40. I'm Lori Metten, and here's what's happening. Justin Timberlake cops a plea in Sag Harbor and has a message.
This is a mistake that I made, but I'm hoping that whoever's watching and listening right now can learn from this mistake.
Our Sophia Hall with the story coming up. The leader of the Sinaloa cartel is arraigned in New York after saying he was kidnapped in Mexico by El Chapo's son and flown to the States. Governor Hochul posts video of the procedure that removed a skin cancer spot from her nose. A school in Bed-Stuy is renamed in honor of Detective Rafael Ramos, who was gunned down with partner Wenjin Liu a decade ago. Carrie Bradshaw and the Friends gang couldn't afford those apartments back then, and there is zero chance they could afford them today. On Wall Street, the Dow closed up 297 points. The Nasdaq up 114 on a 5-day winning streak ahead of next week's expected Fed rate cut. 1010 Wins AccuWeather says clear tonight, some fog late, low 65. Beautiful weekend ahead of us. Wins News Time 441. Time for expanded traffic and transit from the Mercedes-Benz of Edison.com Traffic Center. Here's Greg Rice.
Well, the ride right now out of Lower Manhattan, it got worse. We're looking at a 60-minute ride at the outbound Holland. There was an earlier breakdown inside the tunnel, but unlike the last couple of afternoons, they got rid of this broken down car in the outbound Holland rather quickly. We're looking at a 45 to 60-minute ride at the outbound Lincoln as well, especially off of 11th Avenue. 9th is a little bit better. The inbound side of the Holland, 30 to 40 minutes from the Skyway, better from the Newark Bay. Inbound Lincoln's about 15. Citybound George Washington Bridge, as we see it live on the 1010 Wins Jam Cam, it is getting better. 20 to 30 on the upper, 15 to 20 on the inbound lower level. Just nothing easy out of town at the George. RFK and Whitestone, awful either way. Clearview, Throgs Neck, best of a bad bunch of options across the Upper East. Here's what we see on Long Island's Big Three. On the Southern State Parkway in Nassau westbound over to Nassau Road, right lane out with a stall. That causes a crawl all the way back towards Route 110. Eastbound Southern State Parkway sluggish and fits and starts from Central Avenue all the way to 110. Eastbound LI messy over to routes 106 and 107. And on the eastbound Grand Central Northern State combination, everybody with you from right off the Cross Island all the way to the Wantagh. And again, getting out towards the area of Melville. Staten Island Expressway awful all the way to the West Shore, and so is the ride there on the westbound belt from right around Flatbush Avenue. Staten Island bound Verrazano, both levels are awful, and it's worse on the upper level. I'm Greg Rice, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Justin Timberlake delivered a public service announcement in the Hamptons today, just moments after copping a plea in the case that started with his arrest in Sag Harbor over the summer.
Justin Timberlake was soft-spoken in court, saying yes, sir, when asked a question by the judge. The pop star pleaded guilty to a lesser charge of driving while ability impaired. It's non-criminal. He was originally charged with DWI. Outside the courthouse, he was required to do a public safety announcement.
Even if you've had one drink, don't get behind the wheel of a car. There's so many alternatives. Call a friend. take an Uber.
The 43-year-old must also pay a fine and do 25 hours of community service at a nonprofit of his choice.
We can all be more safe out there. I'm going to do my part.
Sophia Hall, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM in Sag Harbor, Long Island.
Wins News Time 444. The head of Mexico's Sinaloa cartel is blaming El Chapo's son for his current predicament. He was arraigned here in the city today.
The feds have been after Ishmael El Mayo Zambada for decades. He pleaded not guilty to 17 counts, including narcotics trafficking and murder. Prosecutors say he ordered the killing of his own nephew after he cooperated with law enforcement. Zambada's been in custody since July, when he says he was kidnapped in Mexico and flown to Texas by El Chapo's son, who surrendered to the U.S. Zambada's attorney was mobbed by reporters after the court appearance.
Is your client contemplating a potential deal with the government? No.
And the attorney says they're expecting the case to go to trial, where the minimum sentence would be life in prison upon conviction. Mac Rosenberg, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM at Brooklyn Federal Court.
Governor Hochul posted video today of the procedure that removed a small cancerous spot from her nose.
It's done with local anesthesia. We use lidocaine. We remove it. We try to spare as much normal tissue as possible, and we fix it nicely. And you're going to do great.
Sounds good. It's that simple, but everybody be vigilant, stay out of the sun, use a lot of sunblock, and take care of yourself.
The governor says her doctor found a tiny speck on her nose during a routine checkup. It was a common type of skin cancer known as basal cell carcinoma, which is most often found in areas exposed to the sun. Wins News Time 445. A day after a lockdown at an Upper West Side high school caused confusion, some panic, and a lot of questions. Kids, parents, and the school are trying to sort things out.
The DOE is investigating how this lockdown was handled. Parents say they weren't given any information in real time. As parents were on the outside, their kids on the inside, texting them for help. Chancellor Banks apologizing to all of the parents panicking.
That is unacceptable to me as the chancellor, and for me personally as a parent. I can only empathize with how they must have been feeling.
Saida Feliz is a senior here. She says she texted her mom as she hid under a desk.
I was, letting my parents know the situation because it was just scary.
Police say after searching the whole school, they didn't find anyone with a gun, but parents say it's unacceptable how they were left in the dark. Mary Lynn Buckley, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM on the Upper West Side.
Another Democrat enters the primary to challenge Mayor Adams. State Senator Jessica Ramos of Queens launched her campaign with a video message today.
You never have to wonder who I'm working for or who's paying me. We need to bring that trust back to City Hall.
Ramos is joining a crowded field that includes City Controller Brad Lander, former Controller Scott Stringer, and State Senator Zelnor Myrie. She says she's excited to bring her perspective as a mother, daughter of immigrants, and a bilingual New Yorker to this race. Wins News Time 447.
Hypertrophic. Find your fabulous fall fun in Indiana. Hike through trails of vibrant fall foliage. Celebrate at festivals filled with the best traditions of the season. Your fabulous fall adventure starts at inindiana.com/fall.
I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is more than just a legal process. It's a life-changing event that can impact your future, finances, and your relationship with your children. You've worked hard to build a life that you're proud of, and you deserve a legal partner who will work just as hard to protect it.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Ohio or Kentucky attorneys. 513-823-2020. Office in Florence, Kentucky. 201 East 5th Street, Suite 1310, Cincinnati, Ohio 45202. Rick Julius. Licensed in Pennsylvania only.
Why let the leaves fall when you could kick them up? Find your dream car at the L Certified by Lexus Fall Collection sales event, featuring special offers on select pre-owned models. Every L Certified vehicle comes with an unlimited mileage warranty up to 6 years and a complimentary maintenance plan. Click the banner to discover more. Exclusively at your Lexus dealer.
Complimentary maintenance for first 2 scheduled visits. Warranty valid 2 years after expiration of remaining time. Mileage of 4-year, 50,000-mile new vehicle basic warranty. Offers end November 4th.
Tropical Smoothie Cafe here with your daily reminder to get on Tropic Time. Take 10. Sip a refreshing smoothie and manifest that you're cabana side. Slade hot yoga, treat yourself. Crushed back-to-back meetings, get that me time. Adulted a little extra today, you deserve a vacay. You're on Tropic Time now at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. And right now, enjoy our new Bahama Mama Bowl, inspired by our fan fave smoothie flavor. Or try our new Peanut Butter Protein Crunch Bowl with 32 grams of protein.
Sims Furniture and Mattress means what they say when they say they have the best quality furniture, mattresses, appliances, and accessories from all major brands. They mean it. When they say most items can be taken home the same day or delivered in a week or less, they mean it. And when they say guaranteed financing for everyone, they mean it. Don't rent your furniture when you can own it for good from your local furniture store. Sims Furniture and Mattress. Visit simsfurnitureco.com to find your favorites. Down payment up to 24% of purchase may be required.
NYPD officer Rafael Ramos was gunned down along with his partner Wenjin Liu. A school is being renamed in his honor in Bed-Stuy, not far from where they were killed.
Rafael Ramos's widow Maritza was emotional as she spoke at the dedication.
Even after I'm gone, my children are gone, one day the school will still have his name and his legacy will live on forever. And that makes me happy.
Principal Emma Velasquez says students will learn about Ramos's passion for improving police community relations.
What I hope they know is the amazing man that he was and how he truly believed in a unified community.
A school in Diker Heights was previously named for Ramos's partner, Wenjin Liu. Marla Diamond, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM in Bedford-Stuyvesant.
The Biden administration is cracking down on cheap products sold out of China, expanding a push to reduce U.S. dependence on Beijing and bolster homegrown industry, but that might trigger higher prices for U.S. consumers who use popular sites like Temu and Shein. President Biden's proposed rule says foreign companies can't avoid tariffs simply by shipping goods that they claim to be worth $800 or less. You'll have a hard time finding the remaining GameStop stores.
Gone are the days of going to a store to get your video games. Now they're downloaded by most gamers. And thus, GameStop will be closing more of its remaining 4,000 brick-and-mortar stores. In 2021, GameStop found itself at the center of a battle between small retail investors and big companies investing on behalf of big clients. Its stock price soared, but then fell again. They tried again earlier this year to revive the excitement in GameStop, but it wasn't to be. The company's shares dropped 15% when poor earnings were announced this week.
Correspondent Sherry Preston. They couldn't afford that apartment then, and there's not a chance they could afford it today. We'll have more coming up after traffic and weather in just a moment. Wins News Time 4:51. Time now for expanded traffic, including the Hatfield Transit Desk. Here's Greg Rice.
Well, we're not seeing subway issues in the East Village, but the Queens-bound EFM&R trains, those are all delayed because of earlier issues at 36th Street in Queens. Everybody's on the normal tracks, but getting back to Queens out of Manhattan, the EFM&R trains are just an absolute mess. LIRR, aside from the extra service getting through Forest Hills tonight with the concert, everything's on or closed. Ditto with Metro North, and for the most part, New Jersey Transit has been behaving. You do have scattered delays on the Montclair, Boonton, Morrison, Essex, and Northeast Corridor lines, but nothing more than usual. Southbound, the Harlem River Drive jams up with a crash, knocking out 2 left lanes. Coming down past the 3rd Avenue Bridge, the downtown-bound West Side Highway, that'll treat you better. And here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. City-bound side of the George Washington Bridge, as we see it on the 1010 Wins Jam Cam, better ride, about a 20-minute go into and across on either level now. Southbound Deegan, closer to 40 minutes out of Westchester. Northbound Deegan, 30 to 40 minutes off of a sluggish RFK. And keep in mind, we're going to throw Yankees traffic into this before long. Westbound side of the Cross Bronx, you're looking at 40 to 60 minutes out of the Bruckner interchange. Northbound West Side Highway getting worse out of the 60s. East side of town, the FDR crowds up from 14th Street to the RFK. And another 45 minutes on the northbound Harlem River Drive from the 140s on of Whitestone and RFK loaded either way. Queensbound Throgs Neck Bridge, Bronxbound Throgs Neck, for all of its faults, better than anything else across the Upper East River. And in Queens, on the Brooklyn-Queens Expressway westbound at Queens Boulevard, you've got an accident, and that's going to back you up from the Grand Central Parkway. Traffic is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan. I'm Greg Rice, 1010 Wins on 92.
4-day forecast. Here's meteorologist Brian Thompson.
Well, Lori, after what's been a sunny day today, it's going to stay mainly clear into tonight. There will be some patches of fog later on. Low temperature 65 in the city. It's still going to get down into the 50s in some suburbs. Any early fog tomorrow will give way to sunshine. Another nice afternoon. High temperature up to about 82. So temperature-wise, very similar to today. Clear to partly cloudy tomorrow night, low 65. Another gorgeous day Sunday with a sunny sky and a high near 80. And the dry weather continues into Monday with more sun than clouds. high 78. Still looks dry into most of Tuesday. It does look cloudier, though, and depending on the track of a storm to our south, we may eventually get some rain in here toward the middle of next week. Right now we have a sunny sky. It's 79 degrees. A Midtown are going down to 65 tonight. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson on New York's weather station. 1010 winds on 92.3 FM.
Wednesday news time 4:54. You already know that most TV characters can't afford their TV homes. And if those places were resurrected today...
Think Carrie Bradshaw could afford the rent for her New York City townhouse at today's prices? The answer from real estate consultancy Clever is not a chance. The $700 a month her Sex and the City character spent for her Upper East Side pad in the 90s would go for an estimated $5,700 today. Chandler Bing and his friends would have to move too.
Somebody get Mitch Midnight!
The rent on the fictional apartment he shared with Monica in New York's West Village would be $7,500 a month. Research shows Kevin McAllister's family and even the Sopranos would struggle with today's home prices, but Roseanne and the Connors would be okay in fictional Lanford, Illinois. Deborah Rodriguez for 1010 Wins.
Wins News Time.
Find your fabulous fall fun in Indiana. Hike scenic trails of vibrant foliage. Fall flavors with apple picking, pumpkin patches, and tasty treats. Celebrate a festival filled with the best dishes of the season. Your fabulous fall adventure starts at indiana.com/fall.
I'm Rick Jules, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. As a business owner, it's your job to anticipate constant market changes. But what do you do in the event of a divorce? Years of hard work building a business are on the line. This is not business as usual. You need an experienced partner you can count on for help. We're Cordell & Cordell.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Ohio or Kentucky attorneys. 513-823-2020. Office in Florence, Kentucky. 201 East 5th Street, Suite 1310, Cincinnati, Ohio 45202. Rick Julius. Licensed in Pennsylvania only.
Fantasy freaks and geeks, what's up? James Coe here from the Sleeper King Football Podcast, a short-form show dedicated to sleepers. Every fantasy league has a Sleeper King. It should be you. Follow Sleeper King Football in the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
4:56. Now, Bloomberg Money Watch. Here's Andrew O'Day.
A big in the forecast jump in the University of Michigan's twice-monthly consumer sentiment measure helped lift Wall Street today. Index is up more than 0.5%, Dow up 297, Nasdaq gained 114, S&P up 30. Stock in Boeing descended 4%. It would be a bigger decline if investors hadn't expected union members to vote the way they did. 96% casting their ballots to strike starting midnight Pacific time today. 33,000 workers off the job after union members rejected Boeing's offer to hike pay 25% over 4 years, but with bonuses eliminated. The airplane one could argue might be the most desperately needed in the world right now is back in production after a nearly decade-long hiatus. Manufacturer de Havilland Aircraft of Canada is rapidly building new models of the DHC-515 firefighting plane. The planes can scoop up to 1,600 gallons of water from lakes or seas in 12 seconds, fly 200 miles an hour to a fire, then drop the water from as low as 100 feet. Bloomberg Money Watch at 26 and 56 past every hour. I'm Andrew O'Day for 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Wins News Time 4:57.
If you want the real story behind the NFL, you need the Stinkin' Truth Podcast. 3-time Super Bowl champ Mark Schlereth breaks down the biggest plays, the biggest games, and the untold stories that make this game what it is. Follow the Stinkin' Truth in the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You deserve sunglasses that can keep up with your active lifestyle. Whether you're on the water, hitting the trails, soaking up the sun, Shade & Precision Eyewear provides superior protection and clarity. Life's too short to compromise on quality. Visit SeeBetterPlayBetter.com.
Tropical Smoothie Cafe here with your daily reminder to get on Tropic Time. Take 10. Sip a refreshing smoothie and manifest that you're cabana-side. Slade Hot Yoga, treat yourself. Crushed back-to-back meetings, get that me time. Adulted a little extra today, you deserve a vacay. You're on Tropic Time now at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. And right now, enjoy our new Bahama Mama Bowl, inspired by our fan-fave smoothie flavor. Or try our new Peanut Butter Protein Crunch Bowl with 32 grams of protein.
I'm personal injury attorney Dan Buttafuoco of Buttafuoco & Associates. When I was a child, I experienced several injustices. This sparked a passion in me to fight for people. You never know when you're going to need a personal injury attorney. I've seen situations in which a second changed a person's entire life. When you come to Buttafuoco and Associates, you don't just get a single attorney. You get a team of professionals who will stand beside you and do everything possible to get you to the finish line so that you could move on with your life. When I'm in court, I think back to the injustices I've experienced as a child, and it makes me want to fight even more aggressively for you. At Buttafuoco and Associates, we will stop at nothing to get you the best possible outcome. Choosing a personal injury attorney is not a decision that you should make lightly. You should find someone who's highly recommended and go with someone that has a proven track record. Call us today at 1-800-NOW-HURT. That's 1-800-669-4878. 1-800-NOW-HURT. Or online at 1-800-NOW-HURT.com.
WINS FM in HD1 New York. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
10:10 Winds AccuWeather says clear sky tonight. We might see some fog roll in late. Low 65 degrees. Tomorrow, some fog in the morning. Otherwise sunny throughout the day. High 82. Tomorrow night's partly cloudy. Low 66. Another gorgeous day on Sunday. Sunshine, high 80. These beautiful conditions will continue on Monday. Partly sunny, high 78. And Tuesday, partly sunny, high 80. It is 79 degrees now under a clear sky in New York. More people get their news from 1010 Winds than from any other radio station in the nation. Angela Laurie is our service aide. Sarah Milano's writing. Kyle McMorrow is at the editor's desk. I'm Lori Madden.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Winds at 92.3 FM, New York.
Good afternoon, 76 degrees now. At 5 o'clock, I'm Larry Mullins, and here's what's happening as you head home. He says, I made a mistake.
I'm hoping that whoever's watching and listening now can learn from this mistake. I know that I certainly have.
Justin Timberlake, in his words, after pleading guilty today to driving while impaired, stemming from a traffic incident last summer. Well, did she fall from top or a window? A 10-year-old girl is dead. The ME determining an exact cause after she was brought to the hospital last night. Injuries usually associated with a terrible fall. We'll also hear from the school chancellor today on this FBI probe that has so far led to the resignation of the city's police commissioner. David Banks says just because the FBI has taken his phone doesn't mean he did anything wrong. And to move to put a cap on the rental fees for City Bike. It's become so popular and expensive for some folks. Now a city councilman trying to put the brakes on the fees before they kick in to a higher gear. And mirror, mirror on the wall, what's the unhealthiest fast food joint of all? Stick around, folks. Your dinner plans might be about to change after this one. AccuWeather says clear skies tonight. We will get down to a low of 65 degrees in Central Park. Wednesday news time 5:01. And from your Mercedes-Benz of Edison.com traffic center now, we've got expanded traffic with Greg Rice.
We've got expanded trouble in Queens. Grand Central Parkway looks like an eastbound wreck getting over to the National Tennis Center. It's a good thing the U.S. Open's over. Eastbound Grand Central very slow from LaGuardia, passing Northern Boulevard and coming down to the National Tennis Center. And that's not it, because everything heading for Kew Gardens is a mess. Southbound Van Wyck near Hillside Avenue, you got the right lane out with a collision involving a couple of sedans and an 18-wheeler right in that long-term construction work, so the worst possible area for this. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Citybound George, a whole lot better than it was, about 15 to 20 minutes on the upper level, 10 to 15 on the inbound lower as we see it live on the 1010 Winds. Jam cam, nothing easy on the outbound ride. Southbound Deegan is awful from Westchester on down, and we're getting word of a northbound crash near the Mosholu as well. Everything else crowded to the bridge. Lincoln into the city is about 15 minutes, 45 plus out, over an hour at the outbound Holland. Earlier stall didn't help, even if they did get it out of there quickly. The Newark Bay, the better of it either way. It's worth every penny. Here's what we see on Long Island's Big Three. On the Southern State Parkway westbound, getting out towards Nassau Road, it's a stall in the right lane, causing a crawl from before Newbridge Road. Eastbound Southern State, nasty from Central Avenue all the way to the Seaford Oyster Bay. Long Island Expressway loads up out of Queens over to 106 and 107. Eastbound Northern State with extra company from the Cross Island all the way past Roslyn Road. You'll pass a truck on the shoulder along the way. And the eastbound Northern with more company from the Meadowbrook all the way out towards routes 106 and 107. Traffic is sponsored by the Bronx's only Honda dealer, Bronx Honda on East Tremont. Fall in love with Honda with unbeatable deals at Bronx Honda, your trusted dealer since 1975. For a limited time, receive $500 off any Honda or pre-owned vehicle. Leaf through their selection at Bronx Honda on East Tremont or visit BronxHonda.com to experience autumn savings. I'm Greg Rice, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM.
It's as good as it gets. Talking about the weather now, and it's been that way all week, and it'll be that way going into the following week, although I think water doused on us by Tuesday. AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson in the Weather Center to give us the weekend forecast. Brian?
Yeah, Larry, the next best chance of rain really doesn't arrive until we get toward the middle of next week, and that's going to leave us with a very nice weekend, very similar to what we have seen today. We'll enjoy a lot of sunshine tomorrow after perhaps a few patches of fog early, high temperature 82, and we'll still be flirting with the 80-degree mark on Sunday, but the humidity won't be that bad this weekend. And again, most importantly, it looks dry and it looks sunny again into Sunday. Larry?
That's good stuff. Thank you. And from Sag Harbor, at first he pleaded not guilty to driving while intoxicated. Well, today he changed his plea, but to a lesser charge, talking about superstar Justin Timberlake now turning his incident last summer into a PSA to discourage others from getting behind the wheel with anything but A, B, or O positive in your system.
This is a mistake that I made.
Justin Timberlake stood looking at the judge as he pleaded guilty not to DWI, but to a lesser charge of driving while ability impaired, a non-criminal charge. Outside the Sag Harbor courthouse, he was required to do a public safety announcement.
Even one drink. Don't get behind the wheel of a car.
The 43-year-old must also pay a fine and spend 25 hours doing community service.
But I'm hoping that whoever's watching and listening right now can learn from this mistake. I know that I certainly have.
The pop star has 1 year to finish his community service at a nonprofit of his choice. Sophia Hall, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM in Sag Harbor, Long Island.
Yeah, Timberlake had reportedly told the cops when they stopped him that he had had one martini and that he was following some friends to their house when he got that flashing blue light behind him. We got tragedy up in the Bronx, meantime, where an investigation is underway after a 10-year-old girl fell to her death last night.
The alarm is supposed to go off when people try to get onto the roof here at 2157 Southern Boulevard.
It's surprising that happened.
Antoinette Talamoni says the alarm hasn't been working and she's heard people on the roof.
Not my kids, I can say, but certain kids around the neighborhood has been around. We reported it. We called 311. It just seems like security is not listening. They're not available.
Detectives are trying to figure out if this played a role in the 10-year-old girl who lives here getting onto the roof and falling. She didn't make it to the hospital.
That broke my heart. That's scary.
Russia Sims' nieces come to visit her, and she doesn't let them on the roof. Mac Rosenberg's 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM in Belmont, the Bronx.
3 people facing charges tonight in Jersey City following a big gun and drug bust at a clothing store. Cops executed a search warrant at King George Clothing and Accessory Store. This is on Ocean Avenue on a tip that drugs were being sold out of there. Once officers moved in, they say they recovered 900 grams of cocaine, 4 pounds of pot, some other drugs, and 2 handguns all inside the store. All 3 suspects now facing a long list of drug and weapons charges, including intent to sell narcotics within 1,000 feet of a school. And they say the clothes were cheap anyway. More than a week after his phones were seized by the FBI, the school's chancellor now saying he's cooperating with the Fed. David Banks taking questions from reporters earlier today, but he was careful about how he answered some of them.
School's chancellor David Banks says despite federal agents seizing his phones and still holding on to them, this is not a distraction to the job he's doing leading the city school system. Asked about the nature of the relationships with his brothers Terrence and Deputy Mayor for Public Safety Phil Banks.
Just like any other family member, I love my brothers. I love my family.
Then asked if he met with Terrence, who was pursuing a lobbying career, and if he encouraged that effort.
And that is the exact kind of question that I can't respond to.
Juliet Papa, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
1010 Wins AccuWeather now. Clear skies tonight for the most part, but patchy fog coming through here late. We'll get to a low of 65 in the city, still dropping into the 50s in the suburbs. And then Saturday, early fog will start us off, but then it'll become mostly sunny again. Another nice day, a high again of 82. And Sunday, pleasant with sunshine much of the time, a high of 80. And what the heck, let's go for it. Even Monday's supposed to be nice. Starting the work week off, staying dry with more sun than clouds, on the way to a high of 78. We are at 76 degrees right now in Central Park. Winds news time 5:08. Well, if you opt to bike around the city, you might already know that electric city bikes are a bit pricey, especially after they raised fees back in July. Well, Brooklyn City Council member Lincoln Ressler is proposing to cap that fee now And riders are saying, yes, please.
At a docking station in Bedford-Stuyvesant, Victoria said the price is just too high.
When I take it from Dumbo to Bed-Stuy from work, I think it's I want to say $15 or $16. And that's half the price of an Uber.
Per minute rates for members went from 20 to 24 cents in July and from 30 to 36 cents for single trip rides. But at a recent press conference, Deputy Mayor Meera Joshi said parent company Lyft is still under the city's price cap.
Hopefully the market feedback and obviously press about the kinds of rates that they're charging would have an influence on them not going to the very top.
Joshi said when the contract is renewed in 2029, subsidies will be part of the discussion. Marla Diamond, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM in Brooklyn.
All right. Somebody said they keep hiking the fees. Those bikes are going to be sitting on the rack all day long. Going to be full racks. We'll see. When's News Time 5:09. We're back in a moment.
Find your fall fun in Indiana. Hike through scenic trails, vibrant fall foliage. Savor fall flavors with apple picking, pumpkins, and tasty treats. Celebrate at festivals filled with the best traditions of the season. Your fabulous adventure starts at inindiana.com/fall.
I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is more than just a legal process. It's a life-changing event that can impact your future, finances, and your relationship with your children. You've worked hard to build a life that you're proud of, and you deserve a legal partner who will work just as hard to protect it.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Ohio or Kentucky attorneys. 513-823-2020. Office in Florence, Kentucky. 201 East 5th Street, Suite 1310, Cincinnati, Ohio 45202. Rick Julius. Licensed in Pennsylvania only.
Now this message, don't just live with foot pain. Find the Good Feet store nearest you at goodfeet.com. When's News Time 5:10 on this Friday? Traffic, AccuWeather, next.
Hi. Sorry. Did I startle you? When you're used to hearing a certain type of commercial, something like this can, take you by surprise. That's kind of how it is with the Lexus RX, a vehicle that has continued to defy expectations for over 25 years. From the first luxury vehicle of its kind, to the first hybrid luxury vehicle, to the only plug-in hybrid worthy of the RX name. We understand you want more than the everyday SUV. And isn't being understood an amazing feeling? Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
If you want the real story behind the NFL, you need the Stinkin' Truth Podcast. 3-time Super Bowl champ Mark Schlereth breaks down the biggest plays, the biggest games, and the untold stories that make this game what it is. Follow the Stinkin' Truth in the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
When's News Time 5:11, and now from the Mercedes-Benz of Edison.com Traffic Center, here is Greg Rice.
I'll take the good with the bad in Queens. The good, the Grand Central, the earlier eastbound wreck after Northern Boulevard gone, even with traffic left behind, all the way back from the BQE. The bad in Queens is on the Van Wyck southbound side, coming down to Hillside Avenue. We're still looking at this accident block in the right lane involving a sedan and an 18-wheeler. It's making a bad ride worse from the LI on down on the southbound Van Wyck. Northbound crowded up to Queens Boulevard, and the northbound Van Wyck Whitestone Expressway awful leaving the borough from the LI to the Whitestone Bridge. Clearview, Throgs Neck either way, but especially Bronx bound, the smartest thing you can do across the upper River. Here's what you need to know about the Juzan tunnels, the rest of them. Southbound George, better than it was, but that doesn't make it perfect. It's an extra 20 minutes on the upper lowers better. Cross Bronx, it's an hour out of the Bruckner interchange. Southbound Deegan's only getting more out of Westchester. You've got brake lights from just before McLean Avenue, and it's one big crawl, not only down to the George, but really all the way towards Yankee Stadium with the Bombers and Red Sox home later tonight. RFK Bronx bound is crowded, so is the northbound Deegan to the stadium and again over to the bridge. East side of Manhattan, it's pretty much one big backup right now from 14th Street on up. West Side Highway's a little bit better with the company out of the 60s right on up to the George. Lincoln, 30 minutes in, 40 to 60 minutes out. It's over an hour at the outbound Holland, outbound Covered Roadway, and inbound Skyway are just parking lots. The Newark Bay, it's worth every penny. Traffic is sponsored by Optimum Business. I'm Greg Rice, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Tropical Smoothie Cafe here with your daily reminder to get on Tropic Time. Take 10. Sip a refreshing smoothie and manifest that you're Cabana side. Slade Hot Yoga, treat yourself. Crushed back-to-back meetings, get that me time. Adulted a little extra today? You deserve a vacay. You're on Tropic Time now at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. And right now, enjoy our new Bahama Mama Bowl, inspired by our fan fave smoothie flavor. Or try our new Peanut Butter Protein Crunch Bowl with 32 grams of protein.
Today. Now your 1010 Wins AccuWeather 4-day forecast. Meteorologist Brian Thompson with this live report.
Well, Larry, after what's been a really nice day across the area with sunshine and temperatures topping out near or just above 80, it's going to be a mainly clear night tonight with some patches of fog developing late. Low temperature tonight around 65 in the city. It's still going to get down into the 50s in some suburbs. Any early fog gives way to sunshine tomorrow. Another beautiful day, a high of 82. Clear to partly cloudy tomorrow night, low 65. And then as we get into Sunday and Monday, really more of the same. We'll continue to have quite a bit of sunshine Sunday, high near 80. A few more clouds mix in for Monday. High temperature around 78. We'll likely see even more clouds into Tuesday, and the chance for rain may return as we get toward the middle part of next week. 77 degrees right now. We have a sunny sky in Midtown, and we're going down to 65 tonight. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson on New York's weather station. 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM.
Winds News Time, 5:14.
I'm John Oran, and I have a new podcast called The Varsity. I will bring on the smartest people I know to break down the hottest topics in sports media. Available now on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You deserve sunglasses that can keep up with your active lifestyle. Whether you're on the water, hitting the trails, or soaking up the sun, Shade & Precision Eyewear provides superior protection and clarity. Life's too short to compromise on quality. Visit SeeBetterPlaybetter.com.
Serpentini Chevrolet is Ohio's #1 Chevy dealer. With over 1,500 new and used vehicles in 6 convenient locations, we are the home for all your sales, service, and collision repair needs. Go to Serpentini.com to find the location nearest you. Together, let's drive.
Winds News Time, 5:15. 2 men charged in London with stealing a famous Banksy art image from a gallery. Metro Police say 47-year-old Larry Frazier and 53-year-old James Love stole the Girl with Balloon from the Grove Gallery on Sunday night. They're being held until their next hearing in October. Police recovered the artwork, which is valued at about $355,000. The piece is one of several versions of Girl with Balloon. It's a stencil image of a child reaching for a heart-shaped red balloon. It was originally stenciled on a wall in East London. It's been endlessly reproduced, becoming one of Banksy's best-known images. Well, we know Homer Simpson is a big fan.
Burger.
And if you also love fast food, you already know it's not exactly good for you. But now we know which burger joint is the most unhealthy. Hang on to your socks, folks.
Cheeseburger in paradise. Virtual primary care website PlushCare analyzed the nutritional value of cheeseburgers at 24 different fast food joints and found Five Guys had the most unhealthy burger option with 984 calories, 26.5 grams of saturated fat, and 1,050 milligrams of sodium. The cheeseburgers at Whataburger were the second least healthy, followed by Smashburger. And naturally, you need fries with a burger. So in case you were wondering, Five Guys also have the least healthy fries of any chain.
Well, changed my dinner plan. Thank you, Stacy Lynn, I guess. People with mild to moderate hearing loss might want to snag the new Apple AirPods after the FDA approved the product's hearing aid feature now.
Apple says in an online video that its hearing aid feature will roll out soon on the latest generation of wireless earbuds.
We are really excited to announce that this fall, AirPods Pro will have a clinical-grade over-the-counter hearing aid feature.
It essentially turns the AirPods into hearing aids, and using a phone, Apple says people can take about 5 minutes for a hearing test, and software helps users self-fit their AirPods. FDA researchers found people with mild to moderate hearing loss who used the feature got results similar to those who got professional help.
Correspondent Stephen Kathan. And a software giant has just announced another big round of job cuts.
Microsoft is axing 650 jobs in its Xbox division. Bloomberg says it's the third round of layoffs this year as the Redmond-based company works to integrate its acquisition of Activision Blizzard, maker of games like Call of Duty.
Get on down there.
Microsoft says game production is safe. Most of these slips are going to corporate and supply jobs.
Heather Bosch reporting this latest cut represents about 3% of Microsoft's global workforce. We're back in a moment. When's News Time, 5:18.
I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is more than just a legal process. It's a life-changing event that can impact your future, finances, and your relationship with your children. You've worked hard to build a life that you're proud of. And you deserve a legal partner who will work just as hard to protect it.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Ohio or Kentucky attorneys. 513-823-2020. Office in Florence, Kentucky. 201 East 5th Street, Suite 1310, Cincinnati, Ohio 45202. Rick Julius. Licensed in Pennsylvania only.
TriHealth's newest provider of exceptional care for women has a new name and a new home. OBGYN Associates is now Cincy OBGYN, with a beautiful new facility in Liberty Township. They've been serving women throughout our community for decades, providing a lifetime of genuine care and support, from adolescent gynecology through postmenopausal health. Learn more at tryhealth.com/CincyOBGYN and schedule an appointment with us today.
Baseball is in full swing. NBA playoffs heating up, and your NFL team is gearing up for training camp. Listen to the latest, the teams you love, here on the Odyssey, the biggest sports radio stations in the country, providing unrivaled local coverage of their team, all in one place. Exclusive interviews with players, coaches, and team executives, streaming live and always available on demand. Stay in the know with your favorite teams right here on the Odyssey app.
Why let the leaves fall when you could kick them up? Find your dream car at the L Certified by Lexus Fall Collection sales event, featuring special offers on select pre-owned models. Every L Certified vehicle comes with an unlimited mileage warranty up to 6 years and a complimentary maintenance plan. Click the banner to discover more. Exclusively at your Lexus dealer.
Complimentary maintenance for first 2 scheduled visits. Warranty valid 2 years after expiration of remaining time mileage of 4-year, 50,000-mile new vehicle basic warranty. Offers end November 4th.
For the 1010 Wins Pickleball Tournament presented by Nissan at 1010wins.com/pickleball. It's one of the biggest tournaments in the city, and as it has every time, it will sell out. Hurry, hurry. That's 1010wins.com/pickleball.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
We'll give you 76 degrees now under sunny skies at 520. I'm Larry Mullins, and here's what's happening. Latest out of Sag Harbor on Justin Timberlake. No, he didn't drop a latest CD, but he did drop some gems on his audience, which encourages a clean system from anything intoxicating before you get behind the wheel of a car. We'll explain. The NYPD and the DOE asking more questions tonight about safety and protocols after somebody called 911 yesterday with a hoax about a guy with a gun hunkered down inside a school bathroom. Pope Francis weighing in on the U.S. presidential elections, and he isn't impressed with either one of the candidates as it relates to abortion. Oh, no. Francis slamming both Kamala Harris and Donald Trump for what he called anti-life policies on abortion and migration. In Bed-Stuy, a posthumous honor for a police detective who died in the line of duty. They named a school after him today. PS 54 is now the Detective Rafael Ramos School. And Netflix set to be in talks to air Hot Ones live. Details coming up on 1010 Wins Entertainment. AccuWeather says clear skies tonight. We'll drop down to a low of 65 degrees as we go into this weekend. Wednesday time 521, and from your Mercedes-Benz, the Medicine.com Traffic Center, expanded traffic with Greg Rice.
Well, the ride in the Bronx wasn't bad enough. Near westbound of the Bronx Parkway, a couple of right lanes out with the fire trucks taking care of something. Problem is, Cross Bronx isn't only just as bad, it's worse. Cross Bronx will run you an hour out of the Bruckner interchange all the way to the George. Elsewhere in the Bronx, all of a sudden, the southbound Bronx River Parkway is awful coming down past East Gun Hill Road, and we are looking into why. But we just see a standstill on the 1010 Wins jam cams from the East 230s on down. Southbound Hutch bad, but not as. New England Thruway is slow either way through Pelham Parkway. Southbound Deegan atrocious from the Westchester line right on down to the Cross Bronx. Citybound side of the George, upper level's about a 20-minute ride, getting worse with the Yankees traffic kicking in. Lower's about 10 minutes. Lincoln's about 20 minutes in. 45 out from 11th, better from 9th. Still about an hour at the outbound Holland. Outbound Covered Roadway and inbound Skyway are slow. Newark Bay is the better play. Whitestone and RFK worst of it across the Upper East. Here's what we see on Long Island's Big 3. LI jams up eastbound pretty much from the BQE through Queens and Nassau over to routes 106 and 107 westbound Northern State with extra company from Roslyn Road over to Lakeville Road on the eastbound side of the Northern State bunched up from the Cross Island all the way to the Seaford Oyster Bay. Southern State sloppy now eastbound from Fletcher Avenue getting out to the Seaford Oyster Bay. Westbound also jammed into the area. Traffic is sponsored by Approved Oil. FreezeTheRate.com. Approved Oil has been the leading oil dealer with the lowest rates in New York for over 90 years. Lock in today before the cold winter drives prices up. Act now and don't get left out in the cold. Enjoy a worry-free winter with Approved Oil. Visit them at FreezeTheRate.com. I'm Greg Rice, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
It's a small fine, court fees, and community service for Justin Timberlake. That's for his run-in with the cops in Sag Harbor back in June. The singer was in court today changing his plea for an incident and a charge which could have led to more serious consequences.
Justin Timberlake wore pearls around his neck as he pleaded guilty to a non-criminal charge of driving while ability impaired. Part of the plea deal included a public safety announcement. The pop star did that announcement right outside the Sag Harbor courthouse.
Even if you've had one drink, don't get behind the wheel of a car. There's so many alternatives.
Timberlake will also have to pay a fine and something added by the judge, not part of the original plea deal, community service. The 43-year-old must serve 25 hours of